Welcome back channel, TrainStation2. Alright, I've caught my fish train, have you? So this is the Ironfish train. This is the whole event of that Sakana, which is the fish itself, fish event. So I don't know what about you, but this is mini event is typically new for me, and I think what we're really looking for is in terms of the long event will be the construction event video I've shared. If you have not watched it, go ahead and check it out in my playlist. So in this Sakana event, which means fish in Japan, is basically you just got to keep on working to get those bonus completed, because those are the ones that really count towards that 50 of those fishes that change the Ironfish train itself. So this is the score, and of course along the way you get another type of fish, which is another type of currency, which I use it to exchange for parts itself. Right, so generally this whole event is a mini one. It just basically take about a couple of days, and you just keep on going. I'm surprised the fact that there are really some serious players here that actually probably be spending lots of gems just to get that good amount of those fishes. But I'm just puzzled why. So because generally once you have 50 numbers, that's it. I mean, what else do you need it for? So this is the serious play I'm talking about. 603. Unlikely you have good trains there once you enter a new region, but he's doing extremely fast in terms of getting the score. So I believe a good number of gems has been spent there. For my union, really happy here. We smashed the chart. We can see, like I said earlier, the smashing of the chart by my union. We can really witness that from the number of players that have good score here. You can see this is our leader in the board, right? 74. At this juncture, we've got 7 hours more. I'm only doing less than half of that, is 32, but of course there are some that really not really participating in this mini event, keeping their fingers to the rest so they can concentrate towards the construction event that's coming about. You have the time now to the start of the construction event, roughly about 24 hours at the end of this fish event to prepare for it. So I've already shown you in the previous video the materials that you'll be getting. There are two types, and with the raw materials you're going to mix with really those non-event items. I think recall is really those steel, nails, saw blades, copper especially. It'll take half an hour to make a batch. Wood as well. So all these items you mix together, and that's how you get the factory items created, and that's how you're going to prepare for the first competition. So you may be asking how best to create them. I mean, unlike the second competition onwards, which you will need to prepare EP head start. If you're new to this video, I've shared you how to play the event. Generally there are 6 event competitions, so before every competition start, but i.e. from the 2nd to the 6th, you have some good 24 hours to prepare the EP head start, which means that you do up the 3 jobs that they ask for and not collect them until the start of the competition. However, for the first competition, which is for now, the end of this fish event to the start of the construction event, you really just got to prepare a lot of those nails, saw blades, so generally, and copper as well. So generally, if you look at my introduction video on construction event, they will work together with the raw materials you can get from the event mats once it's started, and mix the factory materials. Alright, so that's the preparation what you're going to do. At the same time, I will urge you to prepare those really long hours, or sometimes 1.5 hours to prepare a single item. Those are the items that you should be sitting in your factory output tray. So I'll urge you to spend all your gems in upgrading your core factories, those factories that are non-event based. Basically they stick in your map forever. Upgrade them so that you can have a maximum number of output tray. So once you have that maxed out like this, you have 6 slots. You do those that takes lots of time, let them sit in your output tray. You can grab them anytime you want, and then you have gem of the production. You keep on feeding the rest of the materials into the input tray, and that would act as your additional raw materials warehousing. because once production is stopped, you cannot keep on going. You just keep piling that orders. You just cancel that input tray order, and you'll get back your raw material. So generally that's how you work out in terms of the additional warehousing, especially if you're a tiny warehouse like me. So then of course, what you put into the warehouse, I'll urge you to have a bit of space there, because when the first competition starts, if it's possible to collect the raw materials, go ahead and keep on collecting, and then produce whatever you can do in the factory, and then have those stored in the warehouse and keep on going before you really send out the dispatchers to do their first dispatch. But again, some construction events, there are many already, maybe differing, and actually differ in different periods. So as the game progresses, Pixel Federation has tried to plug lots of gaps, so to make it more challenging. There may be chances that construction event may start off with one, and straight away you can go ahead and deliver those finished products, or i.e. the event factory products. Or they will expect you to do a series of deliveries before they allow you to collect your raw materials, and that would be taking a lot of time before you can go ahead to manufacture those event products. So it depends on how it started, but that's not possible for me to predict that. However, it is just make sure you have sufficient of those required items. So it's really urge you to have some warehouse space in spare, so that eventually when the event starts, you have those space to maneuver. Alternatively, if you're very hardworking, you go ahead and create it, and then just don't be worried about throwing stuff away when the event starts. So that's to create space as well. I'll also urge you, and when possible, collect coins every 4 hourly, because generally these coins really come in handy. To upgrade your trains, you need lots of coins. You may see I have already churned up to about 218,000. That's not a lot, just maybe a couple of upgrades, that's all. As you progress further into the regions, every single upgrade of trains require a lot of coins, a lot of parts. So if you are still in the region 1, 2 or 3, congratulations, there's a really happy game to be. So do not rush through, spend your time, create a very strong foundation. There's no way to go back once you cross that region, so make sure you collect all the trains you could, with a very strong fleet size, with different types of engine, i.e. if you can collect full collection, that'd be great. Max out the capacity. Generally they will help you in the competition as well, because competition normally they require trains from the current and the previous region. So make sure you have very strong trains. That's not all, I will say, in terms of the region trains, because region trains capacity, there's a limit in terms of a very shallow limit ceiling, I call it. Whereas the event trains has a very high capacity. I always urge people to go collect the legendaries from the event itself. The 80 capacity. So generally with that 80 capacity, max it up. Just imagine that every single trip you make, you're making an 80 delivery item. So that's really a huge difference compared to a region 1 that start off with 20. So every single train moves, you are moving like 4 times. That's how people win competition. Alright, going to spend up all those salmon and that's the amount of parts and whatnot you could get, and later on you're going to save a bit more in order to train that the Ironfish train. That's the prize event from this Sakana event. So end of the day, it's all about that, and of course probably it may be able to have 5 more, so in total 55. I'm targeting that 50 for the train and 5 more for a mega box. I'm not worrying about the 9,200 because if either choose between a mega box and the 9,200, I'd rather choose a mega box. 9,200 easily can collect every 4 hourly, but mega boxes sometimes give you really good amount of parts you can't get, or you take a long time to get her. So here we are. I've completed the rewards path. Here we congratulations to all the winners. For me, getting second. great thing here, we're moving up in terms of ranks for a company. Some parts collected, and of course, very quickly, I'm going to check out that Ironfish for you. Alright, finally going hands on this Ironfish, the epic train, and of course gonna save a bit more to get one more, and we can get a mega box just in luck. Got one more job to be collected very soon, and really impressive competition here by the union. We got some union points, and we're gonna save up for the next 600 unions for a good number, I think 50,000 or so. Let's check it out later on, but back to this great catch, or I call it the fish event. We got that epic Ironfish train already. Really happy. Now, last one before we end this video. Alright, great. Thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Take care. Goodbye.